Pantaleon sat alone in the heavy shadows of his study, crushed by the weight of his own betrayal. Once a faithful servant of Christ, he had allowed worldly status to seduce him into apostasy, leaving his soul in profound darkness. Despite his internal struggle, his professional skill remained unmatched. As the personal physician to Emperor Galerius Maximianus, Pantaleon moved through the opulent halls of the imperial palace, utilizing his medical instruments to tend to the health of the Roman sovereign. The path back to grace began with a confrontation. The zealous Christian Hermolaus sought out the physician, speaking with such conviction that Pantaleon's conscience was finally awakened, pulling him from his shame and leading him back into the fold of the church. Preparing himself for the coming conflict, Pantaleon sought to expiate his past crimes through radical generosity. He traveled through the streets of Nicomedia, distributing all of his worldly possessions, coins, and food among the needy and the poor. The great persecution soon descended upon the city. As Roman soldiers marched through the streets of Nicomedia, the era of danger arrived, casting a shadow of fear over all Christians and signaling the beginning of a period of intense suffering. The reach of the law soon extended into the private homes of those suspected of Christian devotion. In his own Roman villa, Saint Pantelleon was suddenly confronted by soldiers who came to arrest him and his companions. Held within the darkness of a damp prison cell, Saint Pantelleon endured many agonizing torments. Despite the physical pain inflicted by his guards, he remained steadfast in his reclaimed devotion to Christ. The judicial proceedings reached their grim conclusion in a formal tribunal. A Roman official stood before the prisoners, pronouncing the final sentence of death by beheading upon Saint Pantelleon and his companions. At the execution site, the moment of ultimate sacrifice arrived. For his refusal to renounce Christ, Saint Pantelleon was beheaded, meeting his end with a triumph of spirit over the blade. His remains were eventually moved to Constantinople with great honor. A grand procession carried his sacred reliquary through the Byzantine streets, as the faithful gathered to venerate the memory of the martyr. Remembered for martyrdom in Nicomedia, his memory continues to inspire care for the sick. His legacy lives on through the compassionate hands of those who serve the suffering in the name of Christ. Today, the faithful still gather in his name, seeking his intercession in times of sickness and suffering. His legacy invites families today to practice mercy, patience, and prayer inside the ordinary trials of home. Saint Pantelleon was born in an unknown year and entered eternal life in the year 303. We celebrate his feast day on July 27th. With the elect thou shalt be elect, and with the perverse wilt be perversely turned. Saint Pantelleon, pray for us.